today, we're going to give you a master class on the disbeliever, a master class on the hypocrite, a one-on-ones on the disbeliever, a one-on-ones on the hypocrite. Peace and love to the family. Ramadan Kareem. Assalamu alaikum. I hope everyone is enjoying this blessed month of Ramadan, this holy month of Ramadan. I hope you're taking this time for self-reflection. The holy month of Ramadan was prescribed for us as it was for people before us, so that we may learn self-restraint. We're to stop drinking, to stop eating, and to stop foul speech. It's to teach us taqwa, to hopefully we gain taqwa, to hopefully that we gain God consciousness. Alhamdulillah. And during this holy month of Ramadan, unfortunately, someone online has decided to slander our temple, our works, our deeds, assassinate our character, and also to attack our national brand sheep. So we want to address the accusations, and we would just want to clear up any confusion. So I want to start firstly with the Moorish Temple of America, the divine constitution and bylaws. The reason I want to start with this is because the whole conversation that's being had about us, about our temple, about our works, and about our deeds, firstly is unconstitutional. He's violated the very principles he says he stands for, the very principles he says he wishes to uphold, the very principles that they say they represent. So I want to put that in the forefront. The very beginning, everything is done after that is negative. If the seed is bad, the tree is going to be bad, and the fruit is going to be bad. So I just want to put that in the forefront, that the brother violated the very thing, the very essence of what he says he is and what he claims to be and what he says he wants to be a part of. So alhamdulillah. May Allah forgive us all. Now, Act 1. The Grand Sheikh and the Chairman of the Moorish Temple of America is empowered to make law and enforce laws with the assistance of the Prophet and the Grand Body of the Moorish Temple of America. The reason I bring this up is we all have different temples, we're all in different locales. In the Holy Quran of Mecca, Surah Kafrun, the disbeliever, it talks about to you your way and to me mine. So no one should be coming online and telling what someone else is doing in their temple, in their locale, and they have no jurisdiction to do it. So that's one, already out of line. Act 2, all means are to be open and closed promptly according to the Circle 7 in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. This meeting, what he was doing online, slandering his brothers and sisters, clearly doesn't meet that protocol. So you've already violated Act 1 and Act 2. Act 3, love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice must be proclaimed and practiced by all members of the Moorish Temple of America. No member, one more time, no member is to put in danger or accuse falsely his brother or sister on any occasion at all. They may harm his brother or sister because Allah is love. So right off the bat, everything the brother did, like I'm just going through this to show that the conversation is unconstitutional. The conversation goes against the very things he says he represents. So I'm just showing off the top, he's a liar and he's a hypocrite. Act 5 of our divine constitution and bylaws of the Moorish Temple of America says this organization of the Moorish Temple of America is not to cause any confusion. Throughout the video, the brother talks about he's confused about how some of these things came to be. And then what he does is he goes out and he spreads that. So once again, just reinforcing the fact that everything he's done is unconstitutional and against the very principles that he supposedly stands for. Now, purity is supposed to pave the way. Marcus Messiah Garvey is the forerunner of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, so he paved the way. So with that, I'm going to start with some Garvey. Marcus Messiah Garvey, philosophies and opinions of Marcus Messiah Garvey. Alhamdulillah. And this is about criticism. Criticism is an opinion for good or ill, generally indulged in by the fellow who knows more than anyone else, yet is the biggest fool. There is no criticism that calls forth not yet another. The last critic is the biggest fool of all, for all the world starts and ends with him. He is the source of all knowledge, yet knows nothing. For there is not a word one finds to use that there is not another that has the same meaning. Then why do we criticize? Alhamdulillah. So I want to start with that. Why are you criticizing us? Why are you watching us? I started with the Garvey lessons because purity must pave the way, and Garvey was the forerunner to Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Now I'm calling in Prophet Noble Drew Ali's literature, his words, as a matter of defense against the hypocrite, the liar, the slanderer, the wolf in sheep's clothing, the NBC with the fez on. General laws is said by the Prophet. Every temple and head is to function by words and deeds and actions, imitating the prophet, especially when teaching a group of Moors, any group of Moors. These are the general laws. The supreme laws will be handed down to you later. Continue on. This Moor has violated the general laws. Further, it states, they must live the life of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and refrain from all alcoholic liquors or any other harmful possibility that will terminate to destroy peace or any other of the divine principles. They are not to contribute to anything that will cause the public to disagree with him or her. And for one of you, so that Moor is in violation of the general laws as said by Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Continuing on, and to be a real Moorish leader, you must study the Quran and the divine constitution that is handed down unto you by I, the Prophet. Alhamdulillah. So the reason I bring this up is this Moor said he studied, and it's a general, a maxim of truth that's almost in every school of thought that says, study and show yourself approved. I'm gonna, throughout this video, based off his demonstration, his action, his words, I'm gonna show you that he's not studied, he's not approved, he's not anointed, appointed, or consecrated. He's a dirty Moor, and we're gonna call him as such. Alhamdulillah. So with that, I want to read to you the divine warning by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. All true Moors will and must obey the laws as laid down to them by their prophet. If they lose confidence in their prophet, they should turn in their card button, cease wearing their turban and fez, and return to the state where I, the prophet, found you. After this Moor's demonstration, Moor, you are unauthorized to wear a fez. You are unauthorized to teach any Moors. Let the call go out and let this be known, that this liar, this slanderer, and hypocrite is not authorized to put a fez on his head. Alhamdulillah. Now I want to go, the great meeting is on. Quran questions for Moorish Americans. And here we want to get into, thank God for a holy prophet who came and defined stuff, so that way the hypocrite and the liars, we can identify them properly. In the Holy Quran of Mecca, it talks about the disbelievers and how they act like they're trying to be peaceful and they're trying to unify, but really they're just trying to cause mischief. E65, what is the devil sometimes called? The lower self. How many selves are there? 2. Name them. Higher self and lower self. Then we're going to jump to key 70. What is the higher self? The higher self is the mother of virtues and the harmonies of life and breeds justice, mercy, love, and right. What does the lower self breed? Hatred, slander, lewdness, murder, theft, and everything that harms. As we allow the Moor to demonstrate, or the supposed Moor to demonstrate, I'll allow you to be a judge of his character. From what I've seen, I judge him to be a liar and a hypocrite and an NBC with a fez on, and now I put out the call that he's unauthorized to wear a fez.
Roll, you know what I mean? We're going to get to what Noble Drew Ali said. That's what we're going to get to. And all the other true and divine prophets. Because that is key. That is very important that we honor all the true and divine prophets. And in order to honor the true and divine prophets, we got to know who they are and we got to know what they did, what they were about. So I went to the website. Because I found this right here. Let me show you this. So we'll just walk it step by step so people understand the thought process. I don't want people saying, well, Rami, there already is a Moor Science Temple in Oakland. Here we go. Here's the YouTube page. I'm not sure who runs it or who's in charge of it. There's no faces or no people in these videos, and started just a few weeks ago, but it has a website. If you can see here, prophetnobledrewali.org. That's the website for the quote-unquote Moor Science Temple of America, Oakland, #1. Okay? This is what it has right here. So we're just going to walk. Can we see? Oh, no. Let me share this one. Boom. So this is where it takes you. All right? It takes you here. Looking at the website, this is supposed to be the Moor Science Temple of America, Oakland website. They have, all of the typical things that you would see to give the appearance that it's legitimate. It has the divine constitution for the organization. It has our authority, a legal document for the Moorish Science Temple of America, the organization. It has some quotes. It has some readings from Noble Drew Ali and photos. So it appears and looks like it's legitimate. It's official. Um, let's go to service and products. I just want to show. Okay, they got books. Little confused about a Khalifa convention, but no worries. It got books and apparently products. Okay, you got books for sale. All right, literature. All right, let me go to contact us. Maybe have some information about the people. And this is where I want to show y'all, and it's what honestly kind of sealed the deal for me in saying that I need to take a step forward and create an official Moorish Science Temple of America out here in Oakland, because I don't want people to be misled. So I see this website, I'm scrolling, I see hours, Monday through Sunday, 7 eyes of Allah. I don't know what time that is, but online now it says inline 24/7. Time never was when man was not seven. I don't know when the actual hours are. It seems like some sort of riddle. But then I come down here and now I'm confused. It says National Grand Sheik Nathaniel Booth L, location Hawaii. So then I realized Nathaniel Booth L is Cosmo L. And now I'm confused because this is the website for the Moorish Science Temple of America for Oakland. And yet it says he's a national Grand Sheik and his location is Hawaii. Hold on for a second. So I'm confused. If this is the website for the Moorish Science Temple of America in Oakland, why is it showing and highlighting a person that's in Hawaii and he's the national Grand Sheik? I'm not even sure how he became the national Grand Sheik. Oh man. And then it goes on to say he's currently the national Grand Sheik of the Uniting of the Moorish Science Temple of America. That's slick language. I don't know how he could be a national Grand Sheik, and maybe the uniting of the Moorish Science Temple of America is not the same as the Moorish Science Temple of America. That's when I took a step back. I said, let me start over. Read everything I could about Noble Drew Ali, the Moorish Science Temple, Moorish Science, etc. You just being egotistical, Rami. Oh, Rami is an agent, and yes, I'm incompetent of Moorish American law. That's speaking about me. I was the person speaking on Supreme Grand Council saying that we need to have a functioning one since 2015. As the unity movement grew in California, he helped to establish a grand temple under the name Grand Temple Khalifa. Now, and also served as chairman of the Khalifa Grand Council. Hold on. I didn't even see that the last time. And this is honestly making me a little frustrated. So I was working with this dude. Then I found out about the Supreme Grand Council for the Moorish Science Temple of America. I asked him and other quote unquote Grand Sheiks about the Supreme Grand Council. This Cosmo L person said, oh, you don't need that to operate the Moorish Science Temple of America. You're ignorant and or incompetent of Moorish American law and religious corporate law and Mohammedan law. This is what he said to me. And then he goes and creates, let me pull it back up. Then he goes on. Are y'all understanding what's being said? He goes on to create his own Grand Temple Khalifa and a Khalifa Grand Council of his organization. How can one participate nationally without organizing and making meaningful impact in one's own local community first? Yet only the divine thought pattern will overstand Islam. Community engagement, being involved and serving the community, doing outreach events. Um, and honestly teaching us to be better citizens. So being involved in our civic duties, understanding how does a city operate. Let's start with a city and let's start with the county. Let's understand what are the roles in the county, what are the roles in the city, what does the supervisor do, what does a mayor do, what I mean, and breaking an alderman and these different positions so that we can get an understanding of our community on a city or town or county level. Then we'll expand to the state. Then we'll expand to the country, and then we can talk about global and all of that. But really want to focus about education. And we're going to go about this the right way. I'm going to go down to City Hall, probably not this week, but early next week, and speak to some individuals there and get some clarity. You just being egotistical, Rami. Oh, Rami is an agent, and yes, I'm incompetent of Moorish American law and a completely separate organization. I'm like, well, we moving far and farther away from what Noble Drew Ali set up. And he talking about all sorts of stuff that don't got nothing to do with Noble Drew Ali and the Moorish Science Temple of America. In the midst of that, I became more aware of just how many scams and offshoot organizations there are, or were, and are. I did, what I thought was right and tried to create this, hip hop subordinate temple, but I went about it the wrong way. But that's not a Moorish Science Temple of America. That's not an official temple. And it's misleading and it's fraudulent to present yourself as such when you really created your own organization. You just being egotistical, Rami. Oh, Rami is an agent, and yes, I'm incompetent of Moorish American law.
Once again, we'll let the liar, the hypocrite, speak for himself. He went on our website, the United Moorish Science Temple of America website, which is prophetnobledralia.org. First, he tries to say it's the Oakland website, which is not true. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to systematically prove this piece by piece. I'm going to walk you through the website because what the slanderer, what the liar, what the hypocrite is doing is the work of Shaitan. Shaitan told Allah, subhanahu wa ta'ala, he told him in the Holy Quran of Mecca, he says, surely I'm going to lay on the path and I'm going to try to divert people away from the path. And this is what this liar, slanderer, hypocrite is doing during the holy month of Ramadan. So we want to put him on the forefront. We want to show his actions for what they really are. Alhamdulillah. He's deliberately misleading people. He's deliberately leading you away from the truth. He's clicking on certain tabs. As he says in the video, I already got these links prepared. He's clicking on certain tabs and he's avoiding a lot of information that would clear up confusion because clearly his task here wasn't to clear anything up. It was to spread mischief in the land, and we're going to expose you as such, Shaitan. In the Holy Quran of Mecca, Allah informs us of your news, and he tells you clearly, Shaitan is an open enemy to you, and I declare you an open enemy to the Moorish Science Temple of America Divine and National Movement. Throughout the video, we're going to highlight your incompetence in Moorish American law. You've already highlighted your incompetence in the Mohammedan law by staying your fast and by slandering. Now, this is the website that the slanderer went on and tried to say was the Moorish Science Temple of America, Oakland's website. We're on the home page. It says prophetnobledrali.org, and it talks about Act 6. There's a link to subscribe. Then it goes through our divine constitution and bylaws, which he's in violation of every law. Then it has our power and authority. Then it has some blogs, some readings, and some of the literature from Prophet Noble Drew Ali. That's page 1. Now, I just showed you this page. Nowhere on this page do you see the Moorish Science Temple of America Oakland. Now to page 2. Our services and products. Once again, it says service offered through the eyes of our ADEP curriculum. Now, this information is available to other temples. If you would like to know our teachers, if you would like to join our body, this will be made available to other temples. Alhamdulillah, we scroll down. The great meeting is on. Some questions, some economic and social wisdoms. Then it has our products, the literature, which is the Quran questions for Moorish Americans, the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America, the Moorish literature, and oral statements and prophecies by Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Once again, went through all the way to the bottom of the page. Nothing once again. Now we're 2 pages in that says Moorish Science Temple of America Oakland. We're going to go to the temples page. Alhamdulillah. Now you see here, it says National Grand Body, United Moorish Science Temple of America. So the first time you see it addressing a Moorish Science Temple of America on this website, it's talking about a united body. Never have you seen, still on this website, we're on page 3, we're on the temples category. You don't see anything that says it's from the Moorish Science Temple of America, Oakland, which the liar, the slanderer, kept making the accusation, and that was something that he was confused about. He didn't understand how this was the Oakland's page. Where did you get the information saying it was Oakland's page? Because you went to the Oakland's YouTube channel and we have a link to our United website? Nowhere on there, even on the link, if you look closely, you'll see that it says U.M.S.T.A, which stands for what's exactly right here, United Moorish Science Temple of America. Brother, you're a liar, you're a slanderer, and you're purposely spreading misinformation, and you're an enemy to the cause of uplifting your own people, and justice must catch you. Now, this talks about national officers of our grand body for the United Moorish Science Temple of America. The brother said, I don't understand how he became the national grand sheikh. I'll clear that confusion up. In the Holy Quran of Mecca, it says, if you need to know someone, ask those who know. But it says, ask the people of remembrance if you do not know. How would you know something that you're not a part of, not involved in? Of course you don't know. Why would you know? Alhamdulillah. So how did Brother Nathaniel Bill become our national grand sheikh? Multiple temples, we got together, we said we want to unify. Then we chose a leader. Like any other group of people, once they unify and say that they want to be a part of something, they choose their leader. Our national grand sheikh didn't break into anyone's house and steal a charter and then say he was a supreme grand sheikh. No, he was voted in by a body of his peers. Alhamdulillah, may peace be upon us. So here you see the national officers. If you scroll to the bottom of the page, it says anointed, appointed, and consecrated missionaries. All of these people are anointed, appointed, and consecrated. Alhamdulillah. Now we see subordinate temples of the Grand Manager Temple, 10105905. Like I said, throughout this video, I'm going to show his incompetence. The more on his page, he's saying in his video that he's going to go be a subordinate temple under Chicago. I'm going to go be a subordinate temple under Chicago. I want to address that. That's all fine. You can move that way. You should operate locally and then grow out gradually. Alhamdulillah. And that's what we're doing. We operated locally and then we started to spread it out. But what I want to address is it's a sad state of affairs when other men have to go to lay their hands in other men's hands to think that they're doing something, or they get the power and authority from that. As stated on the back of the 101's, it tells us where we get our power and authority from. The Moorish Science Temple of America deriving its power and authority from the great Quran of Muhammad to propagate the faith and extend the learning of the truth of the great Prophet Ali in America, to anoint, appoint, and consecrate mysteries of the Prophet, and to establish the faith of Muhammad in America. That's where we get our power and authority from, brother, not from Chicago. So I want to say this, all power is with Allah. So Chicago has no power over us. So you're acting like we're not official because we haven't went to Chicago and laid our hands in some other man's hands. No need, brother. We laid our hands in Allah's hands. And you're unfamiliar with Moorish customs and usages. So throughout this video, once again, I'm going to expose you for being unstudied, unconsecrated, unappointed, and unanointed. Alhamdulillah. Moorish Science Temple. Well, I said I was going to expose you. You really exposed yourself. Let me correct that statement. I said I was going to expose you. I'm not exposing you, brother. You made these videos. Only thing I'm doing is clearing up the confusion. So I just alhamdulillah. I'm not exposing you. You exposed yourself. Now we're going to use this as a teaching lesson, as a learning moment. The Moor said he was confused about who was the Grand Sheikh of Oakland. He said, how is he the Grand Sheikh of Hawaii? But this is the Oakland's page. Once again, this is not the Oakland's page. It's not the Oakland's website. It says what the website is about. And if you scroll down on these pages, once again, all I'm doing is scrolling down these pages. I'm not clicking anything secret. I'm scrolling down. It's clearly listed. Moorish Science Temple of America, Hawaii, National Grand Sheikh Nathaniel Boothville. Moorish Science Temple of America, California. And under that it says Grand Sheikh William Bay of Temple Number 1, Oakland, California. Clearly stated on the website who was the Grand Sheikh of the Temple in Oakland. In the video, he's on a Facebook post and he's reading something, and in the post it says you need to get 7 sheiks and y'all do things. And that's what we did. 7 approved sheiks from different temples came together. We put a vote together, and we voted for Cosmo L. Nathaniel Bill to be our national grand sheik. We chose this, and we aren't going to let you dissuade us from what we've chosen to do. Alhamdulillah. So there's to clear up the confusion on how he became the national grand sheik. Bodies of Moors, bodies of men, upright, independent, and fearless, came together and said, and the sisters came together and voted for him. And you have no say so, and you have no power or authority for you or anyone else. You have no power and authority to change our customs, our laws, or our usages. You can be mad, you can scream, you can pout, but you have no power. All power is with Allah, and nothing will ever happen to us except what Allah wills. To events page. Now, that was page 3. Once again, we was on the temples page. So if this was the Moorish Science Temple of America Oakland page, which we was just previously on the temples page, if this was the Moorish Science Temple of America Oakland's website, why on the temples page does it not say that? Why does it not say that anywhere on the website? And we're 4 pages in, we're 4 tabs into the website. Everywhere on the website, anytime we see temples being mentioned, it's somewhere related to the United Moorish Science Temple of America National Address. Also in the brother's video, right, he says, the United Moorish Science Temple of America, that's tricky language. Once again, I'm going to show that you're incompetent in Moorish American law, customs, and usages. Now, top of the website, our National Holy Day meeting. The first Friday of every month, we have a national call where all the bodies get together and we discuss what we discuss and we build. It's available if you click on the link here, take you to the Zoom link, and that's the first Friday every month, 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. Bottom of the page, once again, we're 4 pages in, and there's still not a mention of this being the Moorish Science Temple of America Oakland's page. Now, page 5, or the 5th tab. This is just a gallery page showing events, showing us build. Alhamdulillah, beautiful reflections, Moors. Truly love y'all, truly love what we're trying to do. And I come here in defense of you all, the faith, alhamdulillah, because I'm not going to allow someone to paint the narrative of us. I'm not going to allow someone to discredit all your works. None of you. Because you all are working hard, and I appreciate the work y'all all are putting in on self. It shows. So that's the gallery page. Alhamdulillah. You scroll down, you got videos and more of our works and deeds. Also in his video, he says, you know, they tell me I don't do enough. Alhamdulillah. And I want to tell you how bad that is, right? How negative that is. In our own Circle 7, once again, proving his incompetence, it says, your utility to the public crowneth you with honor. Your utility to the public crowneth you with honor. Alhamdulillah. You're not useful to the public, Moor. Supposed Moor. I'm not even going to call you a Moor anymore. You're not useful to the public, NBC with the feds on. Now to the Moorish Times. Now, there's only 2 tabs left, and still I haven't not seen anything that says this is the Moorish Science Temple of America Oakland's page. U.M.S.T. of A. United Moorish Science Temple of America. You see on the top of this article, it says United Moorish Science Temple of America. Alhamdulillah. So nowhere on this page so far, and we'll scroll to the bottom, there's just more articles. But nowhere on this page have you seen anything that refers to this being the Oakland Moorish Science Temple of America's website. But he was trying to paint that picture. He was trying to paint that narrative. So once again, I'm just exposing. Once again, let me stop saying I'm exposing. He exposed himself. So now I'm just showing the proof that he's working with Shaitan. He's a deceiver. He's a liar. He's a hypocrite. The next link, and this is the second to last tab. Once again, frequently asked questions, just some brief questions for ones if they wanted to come get some information. Now, the last page, this is the one he clicked on about the bio, and we're going to spend a little bit of time here because he was blatantly lying. Before I get into the specifics, I want to scroll all the way to the bottom of the page because this is the page that it was on. This is the bio he read from, and I'm going to click on this and expose him once again because obviously he lacks understanding and he's incompetent. So I just want to highlight how incompetent this Moor is. Once again, he tried to make it all about our national grand sheik, You've seen our officer's page. You see it's multiple people on here. It's multiple people on this page. He just chose to highlight what I just don't understand. I just don't understand. I'm clearing up the confusion. Our national officers, starting with our national grand sheik who was elected, then going to the chairman, national chairman, then the national assistant grand sheik, then the national secretary, then the national treasurer, then the national chief mufti, then the national assistant chief mufti. Interesting enough, in his video, he says, when I get this stuff started, I want to, have a website with transparency. You know who the officers are. But he came on our website and act like it wasn't transparent. He didn't know who the officers were, and things aren't clearly listed. Alhamdulillah. He's a hypocrite. He's a liar, and he's trying to sow mischief in the land, and then trying to act like he's a peacemaker. The Holy Quran of Mecca has told us your news, NBC with affairs on subordinate temples. Now, this was that same page when I'm so confused. I don't know what's going on. He said he had done research and he had been planning this out. So you did so much research that you couldn't scroll through the whole website. You couldn't scroll to the bottom of the page and see what was on the page and clearly read it. Either you lack understanding or you're purposefully trying to mislead people. Both of them are bad because if you lack understanding, you shouldn't be talking. Here, once again, he said, United Moorish Science Temple of America. You see that there. And it clearly says Grand Sheik William Bay, MST of A, California, Oakland. So it tells you who the Grand Sheik is of Oakland. Alhamdulillah. Of the Oakland Temple, Temple number 1. He said he was telling you, everyone in the video, that it was a completely different person. And he was in a different state. These are lies. Open and clear lies. Scrolling through. Now I took you to the bottom of the page. I've showed you the whole website. I didn't leave anything out as that NBC with affairs on tried to do. So now I'm going to get to the specifics. When he clicked on our National Grand Sheik's bio and he tried to defame and slander him. Alhamdulillah. Now, let's start with, in his video, he says, in 2015, I came to the National Grand Sheik. I was asking about the Supreme Grand Council. And I wanted, then later in the video, you'll see he states, right? He took my idea and then he gonna go start his own thing. Now, he said in 2015, his own words, he came in with the idea and he was building with Grand Sheik about these things. Let's see, this is clear here. In 2013, in the unity effort, he joined the Moorish Science Temple of America, California 101, and was later appointed Grand Sheik by Shahid Ali Il, and then governor at the time, Victor Taylor. 2 years before what you're talking about. As the unity movement grew in California, this is a continuation of this here. So I'm saying this 2013 that's listed right here continues onto the next page. He didn't want to show you that because he said he was trying to make it seem like the idea came from him in 2015, which is 2 years later. 2 years later after what he's talking about. He said, after he talked to me and said we didn't need a council, he's gonna go start his own council. So I'm just gonna further prove he's incompetent, he's a liar, and he's purposely spreading misinformation. As the unity movement grew in California, he helped to establish, once again, your utility to the public crowned thee with honor. Utility is being helpful, being useful. Utilization, being able to be used for something. So there was something going on in the unity movement and he helped to be a part of it. And it's a sad state of affairs that someone who says they're about this work and trying to help our people, that he's upset that someone was a part of a unified movement. And it's a sad state of affairs that we are a unified movement and he's trying to go online and discredit us. Who are you working for? He helped to establish a Grand Temple under the name of Grand Temple Khalifa and also served as the chairman of the Khalifa Grand Council for 6 years, overseeing 6 constitutional inventions. In his video, he says this his creation, is his own thing. He does it by himself, and that's just something he does. Alhamdulillah. So once again, I want to show that that's a falsity. That's a falsehood. That's just something, the whisperings of Shaitan in his own mind. And we can see Shaitan is running rapid under there. Seems to be a lot of space, a lot of empty space up there, and Shaitan is going to work. He said that National Grand Sheik Nathaniel Booth was the creator of the Moorish Science Temple of America, California, Inc. First off, and I'll show you proof of this later, that institution is the oldest Moorish institution in California, which was initiated November 22nd, 1974. My Grand Sheik was an infant at that time. It's impossible for him to have been filing paperwork and creating an institution in his infancy. So once again, just showing that he's a blatant liar and a blatant hypocrite. Now, Boothale is the current National Grand Sheik of the United of the Moorish Science Temple of America, founder Noble Drew Ali. Boothale is also the current CEO of the Moorish Science Temple of America, California, Inc., the oldest Moorish American institution in California, founded by Sister Janelle English Ill. May Allah rest her soul. May Allah be pleased with her. So once again, in the very thing that he was reading, it tells you who founded the organization. It tells you who founded the Inc. It doesn't say Nathaniel Boothale. Now, he accused us of fraud and being a fraudulent organization. I want to go here and read. Moorish Science Temple of America, California, Inc. is a charity temple, is not to be confused with the Moorish Science Temple of America, California, our religious society under Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Now, my National Grand Sheik, Nathaniel Boothale, was trying to commit fraud with that. Why would he tell you that? If I'm trying to commit fraud, why would I expose it? These are questions that ones need to ask. Moore said he's a researcher. Moore said he had done some research. What I brought to this is public information, by the way, about how old that charity is, and this can be publicly found right now. We're on California Secretary of State. Alhamdulillah. Like I said, the Moor said he does some kind of research. Now, just to show and prove, because he can't show and prove anything he's accusing us of. Now, it says Moorish Science Temple. This is what he's saying. Moorish Science Temple of America, California, Inc., November 22nd, 1974. It would be impossible for my Grand Sheik to have started this organization. So I've walked you through the website, walked you through some of his lies, and now I'm going to finish this up. All power and authority is with Allah. I lay my hands in Allah's hands, and all is truly well. And once again, I'm just going to prove your incompetence of this very thing that you say that you're trying to do and that you're going to start. How are you going to start something that you don't understand and run it effectively? It's a mockery. You're making a mockery of this national and divine movement. You are making a mockery of this national and divine movement. And just as much catch you. Now I want to fully show his incompetence because he wanted to be loud and he wanted to be seen. So I'm going to show how bright your incompetence is showing, how bright your ignorance is showing, and thank you for your arrogance for making this public. It's a beautiful teaching lesson. So I'm very thankful for you being so incompetent and arrogant and boastful. In the Circle 7, it talks about that, the fool, how they peep into the shadow streams of their own mind, and they bring up the pearls, and at the applause of the brethren, they delighteth themselves. Alhamdulillah, you're a fool. You fit the description, fully and completely. Now, throughout his video, like I said, I let the Moor speak for himself. He said, the United Moorish Science Temple of America, that's tricky language. That might have nothing to do with Noble Drew Ali. He said he had studied Noble Drew Ali's teachings. This is straight out of your Circle 7. Now, chapter 47, Egypt, the capital empire of the Dominion of Africa. Through his video, he said, the United Moorish Science Temple of America, that's tricky language. That's tricky. That might have nothing to do with Noble Drew Ali. I love that maxim that says, study and show yourself approved. Now, this is the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America. You said that what we're doing is tricky language and it might have nothing to do with Noble Drew Ali. Chapter 47, Egypt, the capital empire of the Dominion of Africa. Key 12. These holy and divine laws are from the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the founder of the Uniting of the Moorish Science Temple of America. So who is this founded by? You said this tricky language, it might have nothing to do with Noble Drew Ali. You're a liar. Clearly proven.
So I went to the website. went to the website because I found this right here. Let me show you this. So we're just walking step by step so people understand the thought process. I don't want people saying, well, Rami, there already is a Moor Science Temple in Oakland. Here we go. Here's the YouTube page. I'm not sure who runs it or who's in charge of it. There's no faces or no people in these videos, and started just a few weeks ago.
So he clicked on these videos. He says no Moors in these videos. No Moors in these videos. It's just pictures. Said it doesn't know who it is. It says Moorish Science Temple of America, Oakland. Says who's in the video, Divine Minister King Ali. So once again, just proving the Moor is a blatant liar, hypocrite, and a disbeliever. Now, he said it wasn't no Moors on this page. That's a whole lot of Moors. This isn't nothing new. I'm gonna show you this video. I'm gonna go to the Instagram page because he said this is new. We just getting started, new page. I'm gonna go to the Instagram page and I'm gonna show you this picture just so you can see when we posted this picture. Not when we took it, when we posted it, when we finally made our Instagram page. Okay, so there we go. There's that. More Moors. Once again, he said it was no Moors in these videos. Once again, he said there's no Moors in these videos. In this video, there's a picture we posted in this video. Moors in it from an event. You saw multiple events in this video. All right. Different areas, Moors doing different things at different times. I just want to show this first and then I get into that. This picture's from 100 weeks ago. That's when it was posted. 2 years ago. 152 weeks in a year, 104 weeks. Two years ago. That's when the picture was posted. This is when we started our Instagram. Doesn't mean that's when the picture was taken. So we're just gonna let that sit there for a minute. Yep. Now, in this Mo video, he said, we played a clip after this clip. He said, they be telling me I don't be doing enough. They ain't never said that about us, Mo. Hey, Mo, what you want to be when you grow up, we living like that right now. Ain't to brag or to boast, but these are your words. So I just want to show you something. The Holy Quran of Mecca, it also say, if you're going to compete with us in good deeds. We don't want to hear all that lip. Compete with us in good deeds. We don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that, Mo. Nobody want to hear that. Talk about what you in shop, what might happen, what you could. We doing this right now. So that means it's possible for you. We ain't mad at you, Mo. Compete with us in good deeds. Our people need the help. It's enough work for everybody. So we just going through. Mo was talking down. So we're just trying to show them, hopefully inspire them, get them out that depressed state, get them out of that Negro, black, colored mind state. You know what I'm saying? Just because you put the feds on don't change what's under the feds. It's a sad state of affairs, Mo. It's a sad state of affairs. Hold on. Yeah, Mo. Hey, I want to read this comment to you, Mo, because this might inspire you. Say, it's so good to see our community putting actions to words. That's for you, Mo. I think they wrote that for you. Allah is the best of planners. We'll see, because you said in your own video, you said they be telling me I don't do enough. They ain't telling that to us. You see what they say? They say it's so good to see our community putting actions to words. Praise be to the Most High. I understand the difference. Compete with us in good deeds. Compete with us in good deeds, Mo.
But I was doing some reflecting more recently, especially during Ramadan, about being the change you wish to see. And one of the critiques that I often get, people will say, well, what are you doing, Rami? You talking about Taj and you calling this person out and that person out, but what are you doing? And I make it a point not to speak so much about what I'm doing on this channel, because that's not what I created this for. However, that critique is valid.
I'm going to be reading from chapter 9 from the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Jesus attends a feast in Bahar, and here he taught human equality. Key 18. Deceit you practice every day, and you wish for gold and for honor for your fame, and fame just for your selfish selves. The man who covets is a thief, and she who lusts is a courtesan. You who are none of these speak out. Nobody spoke. The accusers held their peace. And Jesus said, the proof this day is all against those who have accused. The pure in heart do not accuse. The vile in heart, who want to cover up their guilt with holy smoke of piety, are never loathing drunkards, thieves, and courtesans. This loathing and this scorn is mockery. For if the tinsel coat of reputation could be torn away, the loud professor will be found to revel in his lust, deceit, and many forms of secret sin. The man who spends his time pulling other people's weeds can have no time to pull his own, and all the choicest flowers of life will be choked out and die, and nothing will remain but darnel, thistles, and burrs. This is caveat emptor. Moors are men, upright, independent, and fearless, who care for their loved ones and follow the prophet to a destiny which is not uncertain nor unknown. They are fortified by the impregnable doctrine built upon love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. It is therefore folly at its greatest height for smelly culprits with their insidious plans to invade such a realm. They try and try, but their own bad planning brings down wrath upon their head, like the sword old Damocles had. Intrigue and scurrilous cunning find a difficult path to travel within the ranks of the Moors. This is so because the Moorish movement has been well planned by Prophet Noble Drew Ali, whose latent powers are abundant, unknown, and may be called into action as a matter of defense at any moment. At this moment, I'm calling in Prophet Noble Drew Ali's words as a matter of defense against the backbiter, against the slanderer. Start with Surah 9. I want to start with Surah 9, verse 94. Once again, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, seeking refuge from the devil, from that outcast. Alhamdulillah. They'll make excuses when you return to them. Say, do not make excuses. We will not believe you. Allah has already informed us about you. Allah will see your actions as will his messenger. And then you will be turned to the knower of the unseen and the visible, and he will inform you regarding what you did. Praise be to Allah. And I think that goes hand in hand with our circle 7 when Jesus said, my messiahship, the proof of my messiahship will be my works and my deeds. You can't get to Allah through no idle word, through no tongue. And so I just want to say, this is why I'm reading these things, and this is why me personally, I love the Holy Quran of Mecca, because the disbeliever, the hypocrite, is told that we know your news. We know how you move. We know how you get down. And so now I'm going to use these verses to show how you move and how you get down. You've exposed yourself. Praise Allah for you. Thank you for this teaching lesson. And I pray that everyone who sees this, who has hypocrites and disbelievers amongst their midst, this is a way you can identify them and treat them accordingly.
Any questions before I get out of here, because it is 7:35 and my stomach is screaming at me like, bruh, can you get something to eat? I know you're trying to teach, but the fasting is over, the sun is down, let's get busy.
Ask you about the holy sacred month, about fighting therein. Say fighting therein is a great sin, but averting people from the way of Allah and disbelieving in him and preventing access to the mosque and the expulsion of his people therefrom are a greater sin and evil in the sight of Allah. And fitna, that evil, is greater than killing. So what this brother is doing in the eyes of Allah is greater than killing, especially during the holy month of Ramadan, slandering us and backbiting us and trying to prevent people to come to us and trying to prevent these things. One, you're going to fail because Allah truly is the best of planners. But it's a greater sin than killing, brother. The Prophet said, whoever does not give up false statements, telling lies and evil deeds and speaking bad words to others, Allah is not in need of his fasting, leaving his food or his drink. The brother throughout the videos talking about, I'm hungry, I should go eat, I need to break my fast. Brother, you broke your fast. You broke it. You have a 45-minute video slandering. Allah's not in need of your food or your drink. And during the holy month of Ramadan, preventing people from fasting, making us have to address these false accusations, these things are worse than killing, brother. It says it there in the very ayat I just read. And growing up, there was a saying that my mom used to give me, my Umi. She used to say, If you give someone enough rope, they'll hang themselves. And I love that now that I've grown and I've progressed in life, I've seen that a lot of those sayings that I held on to and really protected me and helped guide me through my life are Islamic in their origin. Isn't that a beautiful thing? Man must know thyself. Whoever thinks that Allah will not help his prophet in this world or the hereafter, let them stretch out a rope to the ceiling and strangle themselves. Then let them see if this plan will do away with the cause of their rage.
L. As the Unity movement grew in California, he helped to establish a Grand Temple under the name Grand Temple Khalifa. Now, and also served as chairman of the Khalifa Grand Council. Hold on. I didn't even see that the last time. And this is honestly making me a little frustrated. Accountability, look at myself. What am I doing? And it's like I need to do a better job, put more effort in being the example that I wish to see, and in being, helping to create a legitimate, official Moor Science Temple that people can look to and say, yeah, I know it's a lot of nonsense online, but this guy actually, they're doing it right over there. They actually, here, you can look on their website and it's transparent. Here are the leaders, this is how you can contact them. They, went to City Hall, it's official, da 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 da. And God willing, our example and our work will slowly but surely convince others to do right and do what we're supposed to be doing. And it will, even without having to talk down about the people that are, scamming and using this information, for their own gain and their own whatever. It will shame them into stop doing what they're doing, because they'll see, oh man, there's too many examples of the right way to go about it, and we'll clearly look like we're scamming the people. Love is the key. Love is the way. Much love to you and yours. I'm hungry, so have a great day. Peace and love. Yeah, I feel good. Do you feel good? Islam?
He says, man, I'm just getting frustrated. He sees that we're doing well, that we're succeeding, we're thriving in our ways. He says, I'm just so frustrated. And then at the end of the video, after he slandered us for 40 minutes, slandered our temple, our works, tried to assassinate our character, diminish our deeds, he says, I feel better. Alhamdulillah, like I said, this is the 101's. This is the masterclass on hypocrites. So with that, I want to share some things with you. This is from the Holy Quran of Mecca. It says, when you believers are touched with good, they grieve. But when you are afflicted with evil, they rejoice. Yet, if you are patient and mindful of Allah, their schemes will not harm you in the least. Surely Allah is fully aware of what they do. Alhamdulillah. Islam family. I want to close it out with two short surahs from the Holy Quran of Mecca. Alhamdulillah. Al-Humazah, the Slanderer, Surah 104. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Woe to every slanderer and backbiter who has gathered wealth and counted it. He thinks that his wealth will make him last forever. Nay, verily, he will be thrown into the crushing fire. And what will make you know what the crushing fire is? The fire of Allah, kindled, which leaps over the hearts. Verily should be closed in on them, and pillars stretched forth. They will be punished in the fire with pillars. And then the next surah after that, Al-Fil, the elephant. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Have you not seen how your Lord dealt with the owners of the elephant? Did he not make their plan go astray and send against them birds and flocks, striking them with stones of Sajid, and made them like empty fields of stalks, eaten up by cattle? Alhamdulillah. All of the slander, all of the backbiting, all of the deeds that this brother has done will be in vain. So praise Allah. Allah is leading on, and victory is for sure. Islam to the family. Peace and love.